Ahoy hoy fellow bookworms, my name is Caroline and I like to read books, so let's talk about them. Today's video is just going to be my quick November TBR because even though I am participating in NaNoWriMo this month, I still want to read some books as well. I'm pretty sure that Tome Topple is taking place this month, which is where you try to read books that are really big and that you've been putting off for ages but you're still excited to read. And I have a lot of big books on my shelf that are usually like fantasy books that I'm kind of daunted by, and even though I'm participating in NaNoWriMo and don't really have time to read at the moment, my TBR is still made up of like big fantasy books that are all over 500 pages that I've been kind of putting off reading, so, you know, I'm probably not going to get to them, but this is my TBR anyway because, you know, I like to challenge myself and I like to be disappointed in myself at the end of every month, so it's fine. The first book I have doesn't really look that big, but I checked and it's actually like 650 pages, so that's great, and it's Tower of Dawn by Sarah J Maas. I feel like I have mentioned this in every TBR since it came out, but I just have this like crippling anxiety about this book. That's definitely a bit of an exaggeration, but I used to be so in love with the Throne of Glass series and I just don't know what changed. Like the first 5 books, I was so in love with them, and then this one came out and I kind of just don't care. But this is about Chaol, and Chaol is my favorite character in the series, so it's like, if I'm going to love a Throne of Glass book, if there's going to be a book that gets me excited about the series again, it's going to be this one. But also, if it's a bad book, it's like going to officially ruin the series for me right before the final book comes out. So it's kind of just like, I'm nervous. I want to love it. I want to read it and see what happens because I'm so intensely curious. But I'm just like, what if it's bad? Like, no one was talking about this when it came out, so I don't remember seeing that many reviews, so I just don't know how to feel about this book, and I want to read it, but I'm nervous, so hopefully I get to it this month, but you know what? We'll see. Maybe I'll chicken out again. After that, I would like to read The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington. This is the first book in a trilogy where I think the second book just came out, and this series is recommended for fans of Brandon Sanderson, and that's me, so I'm in. With this book, I did that really annoying thing where I saw it in a bookstore and I read the synopsis and I was really intrigued, so I bought it and came home with it and was like, oh my god, I can't wait to read this, it sounds so good. And then that was like 5 months ago and it's just been sitting on my shelf since then. I remember reading that it was something to do with this like ancient magic that everyone thinks is gone, but then our main character finds out that he has that magic like in his blood or something like that. See, I could be completely wrong, but I like going into fantasy books not knowing all that much, but I think I'm really going to like this. It sounded like something I was really going to like in the bookstore, and I've heard like nothing but amazing things about this. Like on Goodreads, I only see 5-star reviews, and it's going to be a trilogy. I'm pretty sure it's an Australian author, so I'm just really intrigued. I think I'm gonna like it, so I hope I get to read it this month. Another book that I would like to read in November is Tower Lord by Anthony Ryan, which is the second book in the Raven's Shadow trilogy. If you guys watched my October wrap-up, I talked about the first book in this trilogy, which is Bloodsong by Anthony Ryan, and I really enjoyed that book. I found it so entertaining, even though it was a little generic, it was still so addictive to read, and so I'm really hoping that I enjoy this book as well. I'm curious to see if I like it as much as I did the first book. I really hope that I enjoy it, and I'm definitely excited to read it. Hopefully I get to it this month, but I don't know. I hope I do, but maybe it'll be December, but still, I plan on reading this very soon. That brings us to the end of my incredibly ambitious November TBR though, guys. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what made your TBR for the month. I upload videos Wednesdays, Saturdays, and sometimes Mondays as well, so be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Toodaloo.